Okay, what's going on? It's your boy E. Um, okay, kind of weird sitting here doing the video thing. Okay, so I have a lot to update, honestly. The last time I left off, I was sitting in the parking lot pretty nervous about my first day of orientation at Swift. And right now, I have a lot to actually, I hate to keep repeating that, but at the end of the day, this video may be probably like a 2 or 3 parter, only because there's so much to say and to share. But here's where I am currently. Right now I am about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm 4 hours away from actually hitting on the road with my trainer or mentor. So that's pretty much where I'm at between the time that I first did the update to now. You know, it's been probably about a week. So really quick going into it. So pretty much orientation day 1, 2, and 3. It was cool. Orientation was cool. To be honest, this is probably the best advice you're ever gonna get if you're looking to get into trucking. This is the most golden advice ever I could probably give you, and this would be this right here. Before you get into trucking, investing in money, investing in schools, investing in this process, do your best to try to get into an orientation. I don't know, I didn't try it. I mean, obviously this is I'm like in this step over here, and this should be right here. So at the end of the day, you know, call the company you're looking to work for and say, hey, look, can I come down there on my own dime? I'll pay for my own lunch. I'll pay for all my expenses. I just want to sit in and watch your class because I want to know all there is to know about trucking and what I'm getting into. That would probably be the best advice ever. You would save time, you would save money, you would save heartache, you would save everything on that basis alone. So I would do that. That would be my first recommendation. Now going into it, because I'm already past that process. What it gets down to is orientation day 1 was pretty cool. To be honest though, it was high stress. Everything was high stress. Everybody was feeling high stress. I think the host, I guess you would say, who was doing the orientation was kind of high stress, and I understand because I mean, when I stepped in, it was 40 people. So 40 people filled to the brim, all there for trucking. It was a mixture. It was people who were vets and had already been trucking. There were people who were coming in from different companies trying to get into Swift that were trying to get into trucking, and then there was obviously your you know, basics like me, who are trying to barely get started into trucking. So day 1 was pretty crazy. It was nerve-wracking. It was more or less like the pass or don't pass of the process. Because what they did is, you know, that's where you do your physical, your drug screen, you do, you know, the eye exam, all that other stuff. You do your paperwork, and then from there, the biggest thing was you do your drive portion. And the drive portion, you know, they pretty much take you out into one of their company vehicles, and you go around the block, and you go around the block with one of their instructors. That was probably the most nerve-wracking part, only because for me personally, I had, you know, maybe about 40 minutes to an hour on a 10 speed. That's as much experience as I had, upshifting and downshifting. So that's what I had against me. But to be honest, I did okay. I did well. I just tried to compose myself. I was, the first thing I told the instructor was, hey, look, you know, can you instruct me like you did the other guy? Because that was really good. Give me step-by-step instructions and I'll follow it. And he was really cool, and he made the experience really enjoyable and cool. He took a lot of stress off. He was real kicked back until you messed up. When you messed up, he'd be all over you, but for the most part, you know, just don't mess up. I know I'm talking really fast. I'm 4 minutes in, but I'm just trying to, you know, speed through all this entire process, which it was a lot. The material was crazy. You got the hazardous material handbook. You got the employee handbook. You got the you know, all the information in there from A to Z, talking about what they expect, what to expect from them, all the disclaimers such as this. This is another key point, so I'm gonna probably put some text somewhere here. Key point: Swift is a 48 state. Obviously, you know, the forced freight, they go 48 states. The guy said pretty much never to expect driving bobtail. What bobtail is obviously no trailer. Always be expecting to haul something, which is cool. From there, what they're big on is safety, which is good. I'm all for safety, but safety and service. I like their little quote. It was best in class. That was kind of cool. They had all their speakers in there. They had their managers, their driver managers. They had the fleet manager. They had the owner. It was really cool. But it was all video. But for the most part, it was all really cool because it really gave you a stance on how they are as a company, at least their ambitions. You know, so that was neat to watch. So the key point is this, though. Okay, driver responsibility. A lot of driver responsibility. What that means is you can't whatchamacallit, everything you do is your fault. You're in control. So you know what that means is you rear end somebody, it's your fault. A driver, you know, cuts in front of you and swerves, it hits the brakes and you plow into it, that's your fault. If you bump anything, it's your fault. If, you know, I mean, the most extreme that they gave was, you know, if a dude, you know, jumps in front of your truck, commits suicide, you know, by truck, you know, you hit him, it's your fault. The police can come in and say, hey, look, I witnessed that. They found the suicide note, all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, I saw the driver cutting right in front of you, hit the brakes and give you the middle finger and, you know, I mean, all that kind of stuff. Pretty much from the police angle, you're exonerated, you're innocent. But to the trucking, you know, to Swift, you're guilty. Because their whole main thing is prevention. So they're trying to, you know, show you that everything is preventable. Decrease your following distance, decrease your speed, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, in essence, it was a real good eye-opener, and it was kind of scary seeing that the driver has so much responsibility that it gives you a new perspective on the driver. But, you know, I had moments, you know, moments of like, crap, can I do this? Is it for me? I'm not sure. Oh, man, what am I getting into? And then you know, when you hear what they're trying to accomplish and how they want to make you try to succeed and all that other stuff, then it became like, no, I could do this. Okay, this sounds pretty good. No, I could do this, you know? So it was a lot of ups and downs, and I'll go into that later. Let's see. So prevention, safety, service, you know, that kind of thing. So let me see. I'm trying to remember. But the first day was, now it was just hectic. That first day, it was high stress. I mean, I can't say that enough. But for the most part, you know, I passed the driving part, which is a funny story I get into later. Maybe not. But to be honest, okay, the summary is this: the first guy nailed it. He did really good. He was double clutching and downshifting, and he was hitting his marks. And I mean, only once a time you hear like that of the gear grinding. That's about it. But he did great. He did awesome. So I did, you know, it was a group of 4. He was the first driver because he said, hey, whoever wants to drive first, jump in the seat. And I was like, So I cooled out. I played the back, and I let him go. And then the guy next to me was like, you know, you go. And I was like, I'm like, you're going. So I told him to go, and he wasn't going to get me to budge from that seat. But to be honest, he went, and that dude scared the crap out of me. It was more like one of those moves, and it was crazy. I was in the back like cringing and like holding my breath because he just scared me. Like, but I mean, not so much like oh, we're gonna get in an accident, but to be honest, it was more of like, oh, please don't let me do that. You know, like that's pretty much it. Like, just don't mess up like that. Don't mess up. He put me in a knot. Like, my stomach was in a knot, and then the guy next to me was like, you want me to go? I was like, please go. He went, and he did a lot better. And then I went, and pretty much, you know, I did okay. I did good. I only fell in one position to where I was downshifting and I didn't quite hit my gear, and I had to, you know, problem solve and try to find the next gear down, and it's one of those things. But this takes time. But I recovered, and I ended up driving more because I had to take the truck back. So it was really good. That's day 1. I'll go ahead and hurry up and stop this one, and then I'll shoot the other one. So sorry, it's a lot of talking, but that's what you get for right now. All right, here we go.